Picked this jack up from Harbor Freight last time I was there. It's been a couple weeks anyway. And so now I've got a little bit of time this morning and a little more room in my shop. I was going to do an unboxing video. So, it's got some tape on the back here. Well, that's what it looks like anyway. Nothing too interesting. Yeah. I'll make some room up here. So, nice handle. Not as thick as I've seen, but a bit more dense it seems like. It's got a nice feel to it. Feels sturdy. This is the grip. It's got a bit of grip to it, but it's smooth, so it's nice to the touch. It looks just like a spring-loaded hook in here. So there's the hole there. Looks good. Slide that on. You can do that whenever you want, whether it's now or after. You put one end in the jack and you put the top on. It's really preference. Here's the booklet. Chances are, if you're buying a jack, you already know how they work. Alright, I don't know what it weighs, but it's heavy. That's nice though. Really nice. Step back a little bit here. Just a little. Yeah, just a little. Yeah, that's nice. Looks good. I went with the blue just because there was only a couple choices, and blue is looking good. And I don't really have much blue stuff. Well, as far as boy, I gotta say, this thing rolls like really, really nicely. Wow, that's impressive. Wow. Yeah, I'm impressed. That thing rolls very nicely. Looks good, it rolls well, and what do we have here? Looks like some plastic thing. Let's see, how does that come out? I think we have to pry it out. So, let's look into that. Alright, not going too crazy on the pry bar here. Just going to lightly okay, so I gotta say, probably a reason why that's in there. I think yes to keep it down, but that came back in quite a rate. So embarrassingly enough, I think I probably should have put this this on. And this has like, it looks like to be like a 1/2 inch. So you can set it down in there, which I do believe, yeah. And snug that up. I'm just gonna take an adjustable, which I rarely do, but in this case, considering it doesn't need a lot to be snug enough to be set in place, and I'm not going to be turning it a lot, so I can take this kind of sloppy, open-ended wrench. There, that's good. Let's go for snug. And don't be afraid if it's not too snug, because worst case, it'll back out and you may lose it, and then this thing will pop out. But that being said, it's not going to break anything or anything like that. This here, I would like to move it. Moves a little snugger. But that's kind of my preference, to have it roughly midway or wherever it may hit. But just like any other jack, as you're looking at it clockwise to tighten it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 and that much. So not bad to the tippity top. And boy, again, yeah, so you just, the more you turn it, the faster it'll go down. But do keep in mind that it's got no weight on it. But boy, yeah, so it feels smooth, it jacks up nicely. It rolls like so well. I'm really impressed. That's a big thing for me. How well the jack rolls is very important, because it's a pain, especially when you have grit on the ground. But I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with it. I believe it's like, I think I paid like $125 for it on sale. And that's really the last jack I got. This thing. I was fairly impressed with that one initially. It's a Pittsburgh. You get paid like $110, something like that. Pretty immediately. So it's a double strung, double pump, same as this new one here. There's a spring in there that just got stuck or something, and it just didn't release as it should, so it hasn't kept this up like it should. So it's got this slop now, it just falls back ways. Same idea, I mean, it works pretty well, but it doesn't roll. I mean, granted, it's at least a year old now, but it doesn't roll quite like the new one. It never has. And as far as jacking it up, 1, 7.5. And again, these aren't springing back all the way, so that's probably the difference. It's not getting a full pump. One more thing, and granted, I've lifted probably heavier stuff than I ever should have, but you can see how this is set over more toward the right. It's got a lot more gap in the left. it did sit perfectly even like this one. But I have lifted some rather heavy stuff with it. Even used 2 jacks at one point. I have on my last trip a 3/4 ton F250 2011, and it had a sander in the back and loaded, and I've had to lift that. So I've used 2 jacks, but I believe I had this at a bit of an angle and did tweak it a little bit. And I kind of did it knowing it was a bit of an angle, and that's just what it had to be. It was something like that. So all things considered, using it like an idiot like I have, and it still held up. So I will say that. But now, unboxing this one and trying it out, I've got to say, I think I'm way more a fan. This thing is sweet. Man, and it rolls so nicely. So nicely. So, anyway, for that kind of money, I don't think you can go wrong.